Hey everyone, Pupsker here. Since I'm going to be probably playing the Diablo 4 beta, because I got a Blizzard key, like a key from Blizzard, right? Let's check out a which class guide, which class to play by like Fextra, because I want to get a general feel of the classes first, and I'm also curious what everyone wants me to go as, because hey, I might run like multiple little classes. Oh, Epic Game Store creator code Pupsker if you ever want to support the channel. But I'm probably going to run multiple classes or just try out the story a couple times. But I'm just curious what everyone thinks. So let's take a look at the Fextra beta class guide.
In this Diablo 4 video, we're going to be discussing which class is right for you in the upcoming open beta this March.
I think there's 5,
If you're
by the way.
excited to get your hands on Diablo 4 and you want to know some things about each class, some things maybe you don't know, then watch on to find out. Diablo 4's beta will feature all 5 classes, namely the Barbarian, Sorceress.
Okay, yeah, it is the 5. I just want to like make sure, you know. I will obviously be pausing randomly throughout the video as I chat.
Rogue, Druid, and Necromancer. Each of them focuses on distinct damage types, specific playstyles, stats, and attributes, as well as unique class mechanics.
Okay, to be fair, the Druid looks pretty sick. If I can be a bear, can I be a dog? I mean, I can murder everyone as the Pupsker. All the classes look pretty cool. I think the beta has a limit of level 20, so I might try to max level at least like 2 classes in a day, but we'll have to see how it goes. I think the beta starts Friday, but I'm pretty jazzed that I got a key from Blizzard, so hey, I'm going to check it out, right?
All of which we'll discuss in this guide. So without further ado, let's start with the Barbarian. The Barbarian class is suitable for players who wish to deal massive destruction in melee range while being able to seamlessly switch from one weapon type to the next. They're much more physical damage oriented than any other class in Diablo 4, and are pretty straightforward when it comes to dishing out offensive and defensive moves.
I think like Barbarian, you can usually just do straight melee aggro or melee tank, right? Like either for full DPS or more tank wise, but we'll see.
Due to their unique class mechanic, which is known as the
Maybe
Arsenal
pure
system,
damage.
Barbarians can equip and swap about 4 weapons at a time, allowing for better customization.
Okay.
These include the main hand, offhand, bludgeoning, and slashing weapons. Doing so allows you to freely assign specific equipment to certain skills based on your needs. For instance, Bash, which lets you stun and heavily damage targets, is well suited using a bludgeoning weapon, but if you wish to raise this ability's stun duration even more, then you should opt to switch to a 2-handed bludgeoning weapon instead.
So you can literally pull out a different weapon just to hit a skill because it's better with that. Okay, that's a very interesting Barbarian mechanic. So they carry 4 weapons, so you could just customize your skill bar much better. Also, the skill bar looks a lot more interesting. Let me turn off and look at the face cam there. You know, it looks pretty cool. I like how it looks, but that's nothing too new there.
It's also worth noting that upon the skill's activation, you'll instantly equip the best weapon in your loadout.
The best
Furthermore,
weapon.
every weapon the Barbarian
like
uses has a corresponding expertise stat, thereby leveling up their ranks accordingly. For example, if you wish to boost your...
So you do have to level up your weapon, like your passive weapon ranks. Okay.
critical strike chance, then wielding a one-handed axe will come in handy. Because of this, it's highly recommended to collect and prepare a wide variety of melee weapons in order to take advantage of this class's build diversity and itemization progression.
Okay, gotcha.
In terms of stats, you'll mainly want to invest in strength to amplify your damage.
So yeah, just have like good variety of weapons. Dexterity, crit, willpower, fury, strength, damage.
Willpower for improved fury regeneration.
Fair enough.
And dexterity to increase the chances of landing critical hits.
Cheers.
The Sorceress is your typical high-risk, high-reward type of class because although they are very fragile, they deal excellent elemental damage.
I played a Sorcerer in, I think, Diablo 3, and I had a lot of fun. But if anyone played Diablo 3 on release, it was so hard because it was so easy to get like one shot. So yeah, hopefully the Sorcerer won't be so squishy like that, but we'll have to see.
By casting fire, cold, and lightning spells. Fire spells synergize well with the burning status effect to inflict damage over time, but beyond this, they aren't able to control the battlefield as effectively in the early game. The same couldn't be said for cold spells, where crowd control abilities shine the most. What you have here is a variety of skills that will either chill or completely freeze your enemies, making it exceptionally potent against bosses. Not only will you slow them down, but you can potentially freeze them in place when enough stacks are accumulated. Finally, you have lightning spells that are well balanced in terms
of... so that's pretty normal. You know, fire just does like dot damage type over time, highest DPS. Frost is going to be for your like cold effects, freezing, and lightning is going to be maybe like stunning, shocking, and doing chain damage.
Dealing a decent amount of damage and controlling encounters to your advantage. Some abilities that are tagged as crackling energy leave behind a ball of energy that either inflicts damage against enemies or replenishes your own mana.
Oh, mana regen
When
and
it comes
damage.
to stats, you'll want to allocate points into intelligence to boost the damage of your spells, dexterity to raise mana recovery, and lastly, willpower to improve your critical chance.
I feel like no one's really surprised by any of this so far. Like, Sorceress looks good, Barbarian looks cool. I feel like I still want to play as Druid because animals go burr, but we'll have to see how they play.
The Sorceress's unique class mechanic called
Sorceress
the
still
enchantment
cool, though.
system
I
changes
love how
a
that
skill
lightning
works.
looks.
In total, there are several active abilities slotted together with dedicated enchantment slots. Should you decide to place a skill in an enchantment slot, it can no longer be activated and will instead transform into a secondary passive bonus.
Oh, so you can have like a passive skill. That's pretty hype, actually. I like that, how that sounds.
For instance, you're able to trigger Meteor to blast multiple targets with heavy fire damage, while momentarily setting the ground on fire. The Rogue is a stealthy assassin who's
like
adept
that.
at moving swiftly, so they can choose
That's just
to
like cool passive spell modifications and whatnot. A-okay with that.
position themselves to gain the upper hand in combat or retreat when things get too precarious. Unlike barbarians, they can quickly switch between melee and ranged weapons such as daggers, swords, and bows,
It's like Shadow of Mordor mode right there, ghost mode.
making them extremely versatile. Although at the start, bows don't deal as much damage, they will allow you to stay at a safer distance with respect to your foes, thereby lowering the chances of frequently getting hit.
Getting
You can
beat.
think of Diablo 4's Rogue as a combination of Diablo 2 and Diablo 3's Amazon and Demon Hunter, respectively. Your primary stats for this class include Dexterity to amplify
I did also play a lot of Demon Hunter, so Rogue does also make sense. I was eating around a lot of turrets and just doing wild AoE crits, but improved energy, increased crit and damage, and improved dodge ability. Okay. I don't think I'm going to like go as Rogue or anything, but they do look interesting. Bows and melee daggers is, yeah, about as expected, but I feel like I just won't care to play as them.
skill damage and improved dodge ability, strength to enhance your
Oh,
energy
yeah, dodge.
regeneration
Pretty
rate,
cool,
and
though.
intelligence to improve your critical chance and overall resistance.
You're going to play
The
Rogue?
Rogue's unique
Nice,
mechanic
nice.
is known as talent specializations, which are divided into combo points, inner sight, and preparation, each with its own quest line.
Talent specs.
Remember, though,
okay.
that there is no confirmation yet if you can activate all three specializations simultaneously, or if they can only be used one at a time. Additionally,
Usually it's
preparation
one
hasn't
at a
been
time,
tested
but we'll
since it
see.
becomes available upon reaching level 30, and the max level for the beta is level 25. Combo points are
Okay, the max level for the beta will be 25. Gotcha. I wasn't actually too sure if it was 20. I thought it was 20, but I mean, I'll still have fun. I love caltrops.
accumulated by activating basic rogue skills. You'll then be able to consume these points with core skills to
double
trigger
rogue.
additional effects. Meanwhile, Inner
Looks
Sight
cool,
allows you
though.
to fill up a gauge by attacking
Poison
marked
arrows.
enemies. Doing so will allow you to make use of unlimited energy for a brief period of time and is proven to be effective against bosses.
Energy
The rogue's
bursting,
versatility
yeah,
doesn't
makes
end
sense.
here, however, since they can also imbue other attacks with specific effects such as poison, shadow, and cold. These are usually applied to core skills and abilities that deal damage against multiple enemies such as
I just want to say this is like much slower combat than we're used to ever seeing in Diablo, right? Usually it's just like a cluster and fighting and death everywhere. But I'm assuming that's more so because it's like early mid-game and gameplay footage of early mid-game because, God, end-game Diablo is just crazy anarchy everywhere, like with most ARPGs, right? But we'll see.
rapid fire. The next class we're going to take a look at is the Druid, who has the uncanny ability to change their physical form from a human to that of a werebear or werewolf.
Oh yeah, okay, we
Compared
get
to Druids in Diablo
werebear
2,
and
Druids can now
werewolf.
instantly
a
transform
wolf.
when using their
Bark, bark,
beast-themed skills prior to executing the corresponding actions. Do note that your new form
I feel
will
like
only
Druid's
last for
the
a
most
short
hype
duration
out of
until you
nowhere, like
execute another
so
move.
far.
Moreover, this class is also an adept wielder of magic, except that they specialize in casting earth and storm spells to disable enemies while slaying the forces of evil.
So it's like you get some AoE CC and damage with your Druid, and then you go full melee tank beast mode with werewolf mode and bear mode. I'm honestly, you know what? I still think Druid looks the coolest so far, but I'm down to play anything, I think. But hey, who knows?
For instance, you're able to execute Crushing Blow to damage a target by a certain percentage of their total life. Unlike
See,
in
bear
Diablo
just
2,
eat-
Druids have companions that do not need to be summoned, but are automatically called out to attack on their behalf.
And you get your puppies. Okay, see, Druid's such a happy, good class. 10 out of 10.
However, they do have respective attack companion skills to deal damage on certain targets. In terms of stats, not much is currently known for this class, as well as the Necromancer. Initial information...
Oh yeah, because they're like the more unknown classes. They haven't really had more upfront info at them, other than I think their class trailers. But they're
suggests
just
that the
cool
Druid's
trailers.
unique class mechanic is tied to acquiring special loot, which should be offered to spirit animals. Doing so
Oh,
will
feed
grant different
loot to the
passive bonuses
animals.
based on the spirit's type. It hasn't been revealed how many types are available, but each of them
I
will
like
grant
it.
up to 6 offensive and defensive passive effects.
I hope it's either like feed sweet gear to the animals so that they can gain stronger, or equip gear into the animals for like spirit gear. I don't know. I like how it sounds though.
The final class in Diablo 4 is the Necromancer, who is a renowned summoner, often resurrecting corpses to fight with them in
I might
battle.
also want to play
Like
Necromancer.
Barbarians and Rogues, a wide
Because, like, I always love playing undead, like, vampiric class. And that's what the Necromancer looks like here. Look at this. It's like AoE
variety of weapons are
damage
available
drain,
to them, such as swords,
heal,
daggers, wands, and more importantly,
scythe.
which only they can wield. Diablo 4's Necromancer will remind
So, like,
veterans
Grim
of the
Reaper.
Necromancer in Diablo 3 because of the Essence resource to activate potent skills. Another useful resource is corpses, which are created from the remains of...
See, I feel like this is more what I'm used to ARPG, Diablo, and PoE type combat. It's just enemies, allies everywhere, things are exploding, death everywhere.
enemies or other spell effects.
Now that's
In
combat.
fact, you can even make use of the fan favorite Corpse Explosion. Necromancers have 4 distinct play styles, namely Bone, Darkness, Blood, and the Army. Bone skills primarily
okay. Bone, Darkness, Blood, and Army.
focus on dealing physical damage while consuming the Essence resource. One of the most notable spells is Bone Prison, which ensnares multiple enemies that can be used in conjunction
I feel like I'm
with
going to be
offensive-based skills.
summoning maybe.
Next is Darkness, that makes use
Glutton
of
as
dealing
well.
damage over time, making it the ideal choice for those who intend to torture foes who dare to fight them. Next
Yeah, I want to
is
be
Blood,
torture
which allows the
class.
Necromancer to become a bloodthirsty vampire to restore their own life. One
Yeah, you get a. It sounds like you get a lot. You get a lot of like build diversity with the differences between the 4 specializations. So I'm not mad at that.
notable spell is Blood Surge, which
Play
not only
around with
absorbs
it.
the HP of enemies, but also gains their strength.
Yeah,
An
vampire
explosion
mode.
will soon follow to deal additional damage. And last but not least is the Army, which lets you bring skeletons back to life, as well as constructed golems.
That one's gonna be a lot of
The
fun.
Necromancer's unique class mechanic is the Book of the Dead. This lets them further customize their undead armies, such as skeleton warriors, skeleton mages, and golems. For instance, skeleton
My
warriors can become
skeletal armor's gonna be
skirmishers who
OP.
do
Look at that,
damage, but
mages,
at the
melee, big golem,
expense of
love it.
maintaining a lower health pool, or defenders who inflict lesser damage but are expert tanks. What's more is that you can
I want to be a one-man army, and I always will always love it. So probably Necromancer and
choose
Druid.
to
Whatever.
sacrifice a specific minion to gain.
Those are the
buff
tool level in the
for
beta.
further
If I
inflicted
try.
damage. That wraps up our classes video for Diablo
Okay.
4 beta.
Cool,
Hopefully
cool,
this
cool.
helps you make an informed decision about which one you want to play.
So yeah, what is everyone? I need to know. Is everyone gonna play? What do you think I should play? I'm still stuck between Druid and Necromancer, so there's like 2-3 days of the first beta, so maybe I'll try and beat the game or beat max level with both of them. But we'll have to see. I'll be streaming, of course, YouTube, Twitch.
If you're going to be playing the Diablo 4 beta.
Yeah, the wizard
For
class
those
was
of you out there
Sorceress.
who are
It's the
gonna be
same.
playing
It looks the same IMO as the old one. Ice, lightning, fire for damage.
What class are you going to play? What are you looking forward to most? Let us
Ooh,
know in
rip
the comments
doggos.
below.
No, the
Additionally,
doggos.
make sure to bookmark the Diablo 4 wiki, as we're going to be filling this out throughout the beta, and we are going to have a Diablo 4 giveaway for some collector's boxes.
Yes,
in
yes,
the game.
yes.
So if you're
Definitely gonna have
interested in that,
to
stay tuned. I'll
make sure I know what the
have
hell
that
I'm
link
doing in the
up soon.
beta when I start playing. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. So that's Fextra Life's little Diablo 4. Which class to choose? I'm kind of curious. Druid, Rogue, Druid collects spirits. Yeah, they all look really cool though. They all look really cool because this is the beta this week for people who pre-ordered the game. I got a code from Blizzard, so thank you, Blizzard. But I'm excited to play. So yeah, thank you. Sub, like, and check out all the content. Cheers.